sun setting low on a hometown track. Dust rolling up like a freight train stack. Cooler in the bed of a beat-up Ford. Crowds getting loud cause they know what's in store. Engines rumbling like a southeast storm. Another wild night where new legends are born. Grab your hat, grab your girl, feel that grandstand shake. Everybody knows this ain't no small town state. Cause we're full throttle Thursday night at them big bright lights, rubbing doors, riding high, leaning hard through every fight. From the backstretch to turn forward, fans holler for more and more. Ain't nothing beats that heartbeat racing. Yeah, this is iNRS racing.
All right, folks, welcome to Thursday night here, and what that means for us is we are covering the iNRS Racing Series here, their Cup Series, and we are live at Phoenix for the Straight Talk 200. I'm Rick Souza here in the booth with Jeff Nini as we cover the fourth race of the season. Well, it's the fourth one if you count the duels, but definitely it's the third major race here of the iNRS Cup Series.
Looks like it's going to be a great race tonight, too. We've got good weather. Guys have been out running laps now for the last 50 minutes practicing and putting down some good times. Right now, Lucas Gortman is at 25.9. That's his fast lap and also best lap. So moving right along here. It's going to be fun tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of action.
Absolutely. So we've got the iNRS racing drivers here at Phoenix. Right now their qualifying is underway. Drivers on track. That's Jordan Wenzel. Currently he's put up the fourth best time. Looking around to see who else is out here qualifying still. As Gary Wells on track now. And finishing up. Of course, this is in fact, why don't we cover that, Jeff? Why don't we cover just what the race info is for today? So it's Phoenix, so that's just about a mile track with that funky little dog leg in it right there. It's currently a 84 degrees, really balmy, really at a nice temperature here at Phoenix. Air temp is 70 degrees. Main event tonight you've got is 156 laps with 75% fuel. Stage break at 51 laps. They've got 4 sets of tires, 1 on the car, 4 in the pits. No fast repairs. You break it, you own it. You got to wait it out or pack it on up. We do have 3 green-white checker attempts, and our fuel window, based on my calculation, is around 74 laps, but that could change. We'll see how it all plays out.
This new layout at Phoenix is so interesting because, as you can see on the track map there, you see that little red line. That's the start-finish line. Uh, Turn one is clear down in the corner over by where it says race rundown. So you go all the way down there. That's your first turn. And then the second turn is coming onto that back straight. And then turn 3 and 4 actually look like one turn. It's almost like 3 is the entrance and 4 is the exit. Then you cross the start finish line and go through the dog leg. The dog leg looks like it's turn 4, but it's not. And that always confuses me.
No, absolutely. And really, as you're coming out of what used to be, how that was previously laid out, but coming out of turn 4, you've got there's a section of barrels that come out right there that you've got to kind of nip that as you're headed on through the dog leg. And then, of course, it's how much you want to bite off, because that's one of the challenges here at Phoenix as you make that transition from the racing surface to the flat apron that's part of the dog leg. That's going to upset the handling on the car, and then at that point you've got to get back on. There's some additional tire wear that will occur during that process, but more importantly, you've got drivers who will stay out on the track, others who cut the dog leg, and then they all come back together as they head back into turn 1. That makes for a challenging event.
Yeah, real estate becomes very important at that time because you have a lot of guys fighting for the same spot.
Absolutely. So qualifying is about to wrap up here in about 5 seconds, and then with the iNRS Racing Series, there's about a 5-minute. They call it a warm up, but that's used for driver meetings and discussions amongst the teams and the administrators of the league, race control. But they'll go to their warm up, and once warm up is done, we'll cover the starting grid for tonight's event. But in the meantime, we've got a couple other things to talk about once we're done here with the race information. Let's talk about points and where this league is right now. So right now, Lucas Gortman sits on top with Jacob Musso right there, Scott Bailey, Alex Daffin, and Kai Collmore. That's the top 5. And as you can see, the 3 wins are right there. So Lucas Gortman won last week at COTA. Before that, Jacob Musso won at Echo Park, Atlanta. And to start the season off, you had Scott Bailey. Scott won the race at Daytona. So we've had 3 races, 3 separate winners.
Yeah, and you can tell those guys are the only 3 in 3 digits. Lucas Gortman with 123 points, Jacob Musso with 119, Scott Bailey with 107. And then they start to drift back a little bit. So there's a big spread. I mean, Lucas Gortman first over Matthew Patak in 15th has just about twice the number of points. So points are going to be a big deal in every race from here on out. It's with the new way we do the chase and the championship points and things like that. It's you can't just loaf back for a few races and say, well, all I got to do is get a win. We can't say punch your ticket anymore.
No, absolutely not. And one of the interesting things here that we've seen is Lucas Gortman has, out of the 3 races, he was on the pole in Daytona, he was on the pole in COTA, and he's got 1 win. So you can see he's taken 2 poles. He's got 22 stage points. That's huge, and just really racking up some major points.
Yeah, it's when you look at like Lucas Gortman, 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s. So those are both from the same race, but Kay Collymore also with 2 and 2, Keanan Shade with 2 and 2. So getting those top 5s and top 10s and the stage points are just going to be incredibly important as these guys go through the championship process this season.
Yeah, and I know this is probably your first race. So that driver number 6, His name is pronounced Keenan Shoddy.
Shoddy, okay.
Shoddy, yep. So we'll give that to Keenan right now and just do our best to keep up with it. I'm still learning it. You've got Eric LeBombard as well. That's a name that has tripped me up at least once or twice here as well. Eric was the winner back when we were in the duels. He was a dual winner back there, but has had a good season so far. So lots to and he's also the teammate of Kai Collimore. So we'll see, I'm sure, him today here as well.
All right.
Well, there's just about a minute and a half left before we go back to, we'll get this a grid up here for the iNRS Racing Series. But so far, our qualifying is completed. We'll wait again to give you that order as soon as we have it to you. But all in all, we thank those of you who are tuning in live to our broadcast. And if you haven't done it, if you have before, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. If you could take the opportunity before we go racing to click on that subscribe button and stay up to date with what we have to put out there here on the IWM Broadcast Network. We do a race on Thursday night. It's really great. These two major series leagues that we cover. On Wednesday night, we cover the IWM Cup Series. They broadcast the race that just happened on Sunday. So that's the race that they run. And then our Thursday night race here with the iNRS Series, they run the next week's race. So coming up Sunday, you get the preview here on Thursday night. So really a chance to see both leagues not running the same event at the same time, and hey, you could spend your Wednesdays and Thursdays with us, just kind of hanging out.
I like that idea.
All right, that should be the end. We should be about to go into our race momentarily, and we'll bring you that grid as soon as we've got it.
Yeah, they have started their warm-up. And it looks like they just finished their warm-up.
Yep, and here's the grid.
And here we go.
All right, starting on the pole, Lucas Gortman with Scott Bailey to the outside. In second row, you've got Jake Musso and Jacob Phillips. In row 3, you've got Jordan Wenzel and Clark Franz. In row 4, you've got Dakota Reeder and Kai Collimore. And in row 6, you've got row 5, Corey Ennis and Tyler Lem.
Coming up here in row 6, you can see it right there, Matt Parasini and Kenneth. Okay, you gave it to me right off the bat. Keenan Shoddy.
You got
Keenan
it.
Shoddy. Okay. I apologize for that, Keenan. Row 7, Garrett Walden and Eric LeBombard Jr. Now, you got me doing it.
Sorry.
Row 8, Grady Gherkin and Joseph Mossau. Row 9, we have Paul Irvin and Mike Wheel. And in row 10, Matthew Wheeler and Chase Berry.
All right, in row 11, you have Tony Japs and Joe Torres. In row 12, Keith Fonseca and Scott Thomas. In row 13, Vernon Broadbeck and Matthew Pateg. In row 14, Vince Burns and Daryl Young. And in row 15, you've got Gary Wells and Austin Walton.
Row 16, we have Anthony Campbell, Josh Douglas. Row 17, Jeff Ramsdell and Zach Carter in the 5. Row 18, Brennan McKee and Brady Boatwright. Row 19, we have Cody Sandlin, Brian Jones. And last but not least, in row 20, Alec Daffin and Shane Trotter.
One more. Seth Fitzpatrick is there in 41 tonight.
Seth Fitzpatrick in row 21. Last time I looked, we had 40 cars, so somebody jumped in late, but good to have them here.
All right. Well, we're about to go underway here. Pace car is taking the field around. Lucas Gortman will be in charge of this restart.
can see them coming through turn 1 there, nicely marked. Turn 1 and turn 3 are labeled, as well as turn 2. I have never seen a turn 4 marker, but maybe we'll see one later tonight.
All right, green flag flies here at Phoenix. Underway here in the iNRS Racing Series.
You can see them all fan out in that dog leg there and then come back together as they enter turn 1. You see them sometimes 3, 4, 5 wide getting down through there. Okay, Collymore out to a good, excuse me, that's not right. Looking for the wrong number. Lucas Gortman out to a good start there, getting a good jump on the field. First batch of cars were lined up single file except for the dog leg apron there, but now they fall back in again. So they get back about 6, 7 car lengths, and you start to see them spreading out 2 and 3 wide. That dog leg is always an interesting, it's interesting to me how so many guys have so many different ways.
Caution's out. Jacob Phillips, Kai Collymore. Number of drivers involved. Well, a lot of drivers involved here. Collymore, Phillips, Musso, Lem, Thomas, Wells.
Oh boy.
Number of drivers involved. Try to get a feel for just what happened here with these drivers. Right there, coming across the nose of the 39, and that's the 56.
Yeah, the track is somewhat narrow right there, and it just makes it tough for everybody to try to get around. See a lot of cars going into the pits now.
That was the 56. That's Jacob Phillips with Payday Racing, who unfortunately was not clear, and they come down and contacted the nose of Kai Collymore in the 39.
A lot of guys caught up in that. We've got Mike Wheel, Chase Berry, Tony Japp, Scott Thomas, Gary Wells, Anthony Campbell, Keenan Shoddy, Joe Mosow, Daryl Young Jr., and Jacob Phillips all in the pits right now.
Yep, number of drivers. They've definitely got some repairs they're going to have to get made.
Yeah, 12 cars into the pits as a result of that little excursion on the track. Some guys back out already, but a lot of guys in there for extended pit stops. Keenan Shoddy's been in there for a minute and a half along with Daryl Young. But we have several cars that are approaching a minute. A few guys back out 25-30 seconds, not too much damage there, or they're just trying to keep a lap. One of the things you can do if you don't have a meatball or your car's not damaged too badly, you can go in, get a little repair, jump back out, get in front of the field, come around, go in again for just a few seconds, get a little more work done, and try to get as much work done as you can without losing a lap. But on a short track like this, it's very tough to do.
Well, first caution flies here at lap 6 as we work our way towards our first stage break at lap 51. Pace car drops off and we'll get back underway here. Again, Jake Musso, Lucas Corbin on that front row.
Yeah, we still have 4 cars in the pits. Garrett Walden, Mike Wheel, Joseph Mossau, and Jacob Phillips still in the pits getting work done. And we go back green again.
All right, green flag flies here as they made their way out of the restart zone. Lucas Corbin, they're fanning out like 6 cars wide. As we talked about in the pre-race, it's a funnel as they go 6 wide, then back to 1 or 2 lanes, and caution
Caution
flies
is out again. Wow.
Not sure. I think the 17 was involved with Chase Berry. Gary Wells also got some damage. Zach Carter as well. So we'll do a quick look at that to see what we see here. Oh, it's happening a little bit farther up there.
Just kind of missed the start of that. I don't know if the 21 got into
That's the
him
61
or
of
not.
Keith Fonseca. Let's
Once again, a lot of cars in the pits as a result of that.
the 61 just got loose.
Oh boy.
Because of that, you got
Yep.
lots of other unfortunate collateral damage.
That's that entrance to turn 2. I saw several guys getting loose there in practice. I'm not sure what it is about that corner. If they're, overdriving the corner and just too much force on the back end, or what's causing that, but that seems to be a common problem in practice anyway.
Yep, absolutely. Well, 9 laps in and 2 cautions. That does not bode well. Let's hope this guys kind of settle down, find their groove, and get back underway here.
Yeah, right now we've got 10% of the field a lap down, almost 10%. This early in the race, that's a tough one.
Yep, I'm sure if you're listening to the drivers' chatter, there's not a lot of happy campers out there now. We again,
yeah,
we're gonna kind of hope it all kind of settles down a bit, and
race control encouraged them to watch their language a little bit ago. Try to keep this rated PG as much as possible.
Good luck with that.
Yep. This is interesting. This track, when the pace car goes off, you still have a long way before you get the green flag. You got to come that full backstretch there.
Yep, absolutely. All right, green flag flies, back underway here. We're still getting some updates. Number of drivers have got some damage on their cars. Number of drivers. You see a meatball flag come up. That's a driver who's got to make some repairs before that car can get out of the pits and get back on the track.
Whoa, 46 got loose. Oh, he didn't even hit anybody. That was a great save by the 46.
Fortunately, that does bring out the caution.
That surprises me. That was somebody jumped the gun on that caution. Because,
that's Grady Gherkin. Good that you saw that, because it doesn't register that was actually an incident. I'll go back and watch the 46 and see.
This is probably the best save you're going to see all evening, folks. He had that car sideways, and was able to get it without braking and getting off the throttle too much. He was able to gather that car back under him and keep it going straight. Nobody ran into him. He ran into no one else. Just a great job. Look at that. Maybe just a tiny bit of contact with the 48, but not much.
Yeah, the 3 was there, the 8 was there. Both of those guys were able to slow it down and
Yeah.
blow it up and make it around. But Grady Gherkin, good job holding it together there. Really a non-event here, that caution.
Yeah. Well, you can see on the screen right there, top 10, Lucas Gortman, Jake Mossau, Jordan Wenzel, Dakota Reeder, Scott Bailey in 5th, Eric LeBombard Jr. in 6th, Clark Franz in 7th, Corey Ennis in 8th, Matt Parasini in 9th, and Paul Irvin rounding out that top 10.
All right, Lucas Gortman has spent pretty much the whole race up there at the front. But, of course, we've only got 14 laps in. Most of those under caution. Looking in the pits here, there are still 3 cars in the pits trying to make repairs. Zach Carter, Mike Wheel, and Jacob Phillips.
With this many caution flags this early in the race, that's going to change everybody's strategy when it comes to fuel mileage and tires. Because right now you've got 14 laps on your tires, but maybe only 5 of those or 6 of those are under racing speed.
All right, about to go back to green flag. We do have a handful of retirees. We'll cover those in a bit. Lucas Gortman leads them into the restart zone. That's the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone, and we're back underway. Green flag flies here at Phoenix in the iNRS Racing Series. And 4 wide for a second there as they continue through here. That's not going to really play long term here, because as these tires begin to wear, that's going to go away. They're really going to have to watch their P's and Q's as they work their way around this track.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When the tires start to wear, those cars become a handful, and you'll see guys slipping and sliding. Temperature's pretty warm here right now, and just makes it very, very difficult to control.
Up at the front, you've got Gortman, Wenzel, LeBombard, Musso, and Ennis, kind of all almost single file there, and then it's double file on back behind them.
If we get some green laps in here, then it'll spread these guys out a little bit and make the contact less likely. But with we have 41 cars in the field tonight prior to a few guys dropping out. It just makes for a crowded 1 mile track.
Well, they were involved in that first incident we had. Unfortunately, I think Garrett Walden, Keenan Shoddy, I think Joe Musso, and Daryl Young. Basically, they're packing up the trail.
Feel bad for those guys. It's tough when you come out here and you practice hard and you put a lot of work into these, and then to be shuffled out in the first few laps, that's a tough pill to swallow.
"19 laps down." Where's Lucas Gortman out in front? Got a good bit of a lead. Let's go ahead and bring up that gap information here. See, there's about a half a second gap over Eric LeBombard, who's kind of come up with making a charge here.
Yeah.
Got around Jordan Wenzel. His teammate is Kai Collimore. He's back, unfortunately mired back in 21st. He's down. He started up in 13th. Well, he's down. I'm sorry. He started. My math is not mathing today. Like 6th or so, and then unfortunately caught in that incident first time.
Yeah, we've got 3 cars still in pits right
contact.
now.
Scott Bailey just had some contact with Jordan Wenzel there. It worked out for Scott. I don't think Jordan's probably too happy about that. Again, these guys have got to, you don't win this race in lap 22. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot, that this early in the race there needs to be a lot of give and take, and then the longer you get into, or the further you get into the race, becomes a lot more take than give. Guys start scratching and clawing for their territory, their piece of the pie, and it gets a little more bouncy, or a little more close racing.
We're watching that number 7 of Clark Franz. He's in that classic Alan Kowicki Hooters paint scheme there, number 7. And in 6th, he hasn't lost. He qualified in 6th, and he's still in 6th.
That's steady as they go.
Right behind Jordan Wenzel there. The big mover up front is really Eric LeBombard. He's battling right now with Scott Bailey to move up. He is up 11 spots in that number 58, trying to get around the 11 of Scott Bailey.
You know, someone we haven't talked about much is Vernon Broadbeck. He's bouncing around between plus 15, plus 16. So he made a great charge on these early laps at the beginning of this race to make his way up there. And right now he's running in front of Joe Torres.
Yeah, right there, running in currently in 9th, battling for 8th. But you know, we saw him earlier in that incident, but he made it through without looks like much damage. So he avoided it. There's no real contact, but you know, a little bit of luck can't hurt.
Yep. Keep your eye on that 8 car. He's having a good run. Here's another one. This one's shocking. Alec Daffin in that 84 Chevrolet, up 28 spots. So my guess is something went wrong in qualifying, and he's making up for it now.
Yeah, he's a teammate of Joe Torres with the WLT2 Motorsports team. And Paul Urban's back there in 15th, and Gary Walls is a little bit farther back in 24th, but good showing so far by the WLT2 Motorsports team. Another driver we talk about each and every week is Tyra Lem. He's currently sitting back in 18th in that 99 car. That's a Sunny Delight, that looks like.
Yeah, I can't see the sponsor on it.
Kroger. Well, certainly it's a Kroger sponsored with iRFK Racing. He's a teammate of the current leader, Lucas Cortman. He's sitting back in 18th, and they got Matthew Wheeler up in 14th. Oh, caution's out.
Yep,
I think,
caution's
unfortunately,
out. The 10 and the 3. Yeah, the 10 and the 3 got tangled up here.
Well, that's the broadcaster's curse. We were just talking about Matthew Wheeler right there, and he is that number 10, unfortunately, that got together, possibly with the Joe Torres. Unfortunately, yeah, we were just talking about both of them.
Yeah, we were talking about the
Sorry,
WLT2 Motorsports. A lot of cars coming down pit road now.
So the 3 got a little bit out of shape, and unfortunately, he's going to wind up, I think, collecting the 10 right here.
Yeah, overcorrect and boom. Man, pushed him right into the wall hard. Both those guys, serious front end damage.
Yep. Nice camera right in front of our camera.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, it is what it is, Jeff, I think, at this point.
Yep. Looks like everybody, just about everybody that was on the lead lap came in. Pitted on that one.
Yep, lap 31. They probably had to do something. Tire wear is really the factor here. It's not so much fuel.
Yeah.
Because you can do 75 laps. It's a mile track, but clearly once you get past 25 laps, tire wear begins to really be a factor.
Yeah, I thought we might get a little more than that due to the fact we had so many caution laps, but I think everybody's been pushing it pretty hard too and trying to get their way to the front, and that just accelerates the tire wear.
Lucas Gortman, except for having him going in the pits there, had led every lap up to that point. Right now, we've got Dakota Reeder on top with KPR Motorsports for this restart. Now, Dakota, I don't believe, has pitted at all. So he is on old tires, and Scott Thomas is also on the front row. Scott has not come in either. Well, I'm sorry. He came in at lap 12. So we've got some guys up in front on the front row with some older tires.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how long it takes Lucas Gortman to get around them now.
All right, into the O'Reilly restart zone, and we're back underway here at Phoenix. Working our way towards our first stage break at lap 51.
Well, Scott Thomas took a real aggressive approach on that dog leg going, whoa.
It was 3 wide.
46 again. Totally sideways and saved it and didn't crash anybody.
There's a lot going on behind here.
25's into the wall.
That's Jake Musso.
And he keeps going. And
caution does not come out.
No, that's amazing. Because he made contact with the wall. Got the front and the rear quarter.
All right, Lucas Gortman at caution.
There we go. 99. 99 was into the wall and probably into a couple other cars.
Tyler Lem is backwards, and he spins it around here. Let's see if he had any help in going around there. Nope. Oh, yeah, maybe a little. All right, so Lucas Gortman, Tyler Lem gets a little out of shape, and unfortunately, Clark Franz maybe helped him a little bit.
Yeah, and those two drivers right now are jawing at each other quite a bit on the radio. They're not happy with one another.
Well, understood.
Yep.
Well, lap 35, we're back under caution here for the 5th time, and we still have a stage break coming in about 15 laps.
The guy that's getting the most exercise tonight's the pace car driver.
They may have to refuel that pace car at some point if we keep up this trend. This is not a good trend.
Some of the cars that have had some trouble are using this opportunity to pit, get some repair work done. You'll see some of those guys pop in, get a little work done, pop back out. Looks like Tyler Lem is having to stay in the pits for a while.
Yeah, he definitely had some damage. Yeah. Well, the lights are off on our pace car. Number of folks in the YouTube chat pulling for Clark Franz and Wenzel, so we'll see. We're early in this race, just 37 laps in the books. Currently, Clark is sitting back in 25th, and Mr. Wenzel is back in 19th. All right, green flag flies, and Lucas Corbin jumps out to a quick lead. Got Dakota Reeder there and Scott Bailey. 3 wide, the 94, the 58. That's Matt Parasini, who backs out just a little bit at the end, which is a super smart thing to do.
Man, a lot of moving around back towards the back of the field.
Oh, the 84 is cutting sideways there.
Gonna save it. Caution's out.
I don't think there's any real contact. I think he just looped it. Yep. So because he came to a complete stop on the track there, that causes iRacing to throw that yellow flag.
Yeah, that was Alec Daffin in that 84. We were talking about him making such a charge to the front. He had gained so many positions. Even after that spin, he's still up 10 spots from where he started the race. So
yeah, he was back in the second to last row, or the last row.
Yeah.
All right, 6 caution. We're counting. There's 6 caution of the night here as we're working towards lap 51. We're at lap 41 now, just 10 laps before the stage break.
Once again, during this caution, we have a lot of guys in the pits getting work done, trying to get their cars in better shape.
Yep, number of guys trying to bang out those dents and keep things going forward. They don't bang out the dents like they used to with these fiberglass bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, they just pop back out unless you hit them too hard, and then they're done.
Well, Lucas Corbin continues to be out in front, but let's pay attention to the 27 of Corey Ennis, who's now moved up to the outside on that front row. The 27 Short Fuse Motorsports. I'm hesitant about even bringing up who's out there and who's teammates right now because we've kind of jinxed them a bit.
Yeah. "30 cars on the lead lap at this point. Tony Japs is the last car on the lead lap. And then our we don't have anybody 1 lap down. We don't even have anybody 2 laps down.
Back underway here. As cars span out through the dog leg. Lucas Corbin out in front. Tony Japs, Corey Ennis and Scott Bailey in that second row, along with Eric LeBombard right there. That's Sunoco 58.
They come down here into turn 1 and turn 2, which are really pretty flat. There's not a lot of banking down here, so they really have to slow those cars down and get through those corners so they can get a good run off of turn 2 to get up that short backstretch.
Kind of fanning out through the field, trying to keep an eye on everything going on because we're really 2 and 3 wide here through a lot of these corners. Then they fan out to 4 and 5 and 6 wide through the dog leg and then recombine all again back to the funnel of turn 1. Oh, contact right there. Car goes around. That's the one of Shane Trotter.
I think he may have had a little help. That was pretty much on the straightaway, and he went around pretty quickly.
Shane Trotter, Paul Irvin also involved here at 48. We're watching
That's a
that.
really good look at it there.
Number 1 is possibly that 48's coming up. It could be a little bit of contact. Yep, right there. He had a little help.
Yep. Yeah. And he doesn't get off him, so no chance to save it at that point.
Nope. Number one of the drivers also involved. A little bit of damage here and there. Clark Franz also caught a little bit of the inside wall, but doesn't look in bad shape. So, all right. Well, lap 47 in the books. Now we're back under caution again here. We're trying real hard, Jeff, to get to that stage. Really hard.
I'm just hoping that once we get to that stage, then we run green flag the rest of the night, but I'm not holding out too much hope.
That's a very optimistic theory. We'll go with it. Yeah. I'm going with it. Well, thanks again for tuning in. We've got a good number of viewers tonight. We appreciate all of you for tuning in live to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Race Series here at Phoenix. Had pretty much a lot of action. An action-filled 48 laps here so far. We'll see how this all plays out.
Yep, our lead lap count is trickling down. We last caution we had 30. Now we're at 28. Good news is we have a couple guys battling for the lucky dog. Cody Sandlin and Keith Fonseca, both 1 lap down and running right next to each other on the track as well. Yeah,
with this many cautions, those if you are 1 lap down, you get a wave around pretty easily. You do see a car that's blinking a bit back there. I think it was
seconds in the pits now.
I think it was Anthony Campbell. We'll see, but back to green we go. 3 laps to go before the stage break. And
somebody blinked out there.
Yeah, I think that's the 73 of Anthony Campbell.
Ooh, 73. Oh, there he went again. And he grazed the wall when he came back. He's out. Oh, back of the pack. We got 2 spinning. Oh my, took out several cars.
Yeah, more than a few.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out. That's the 97 of Jeff Ramsdale. Almost took out Clark Franz. He's backing it up on track. So a lot of guys involved. Gary Wells, Cody Sandlin, Alex Daffin, Jeff Ramsdale, Tyrell Lem also caught up in that last race. I guess that's going to put our stage break, well, as part of this caution. Got pretty much the entire leaders at the entire pack is coming in because, well, it's a stage break. So.
Yep.
Gonna watch, try to see what we can see on.
Well,
on
Matt Parasini and Dakota Reeder pitted at lap 46, so they stayed out, and that's going to put them in great position. And they have slightly older tires than the rest of the guys coming out of the pits now, but really only about 4 or 5 laps. So. Good strategy move on their part. Whether it was intended or not, I'm not sure. But Matt Parasini and Dakota Reeder come out of that smelling good.
Absolutely. All right, that puts a couple of new faces up on the front row with Matt Parasini and Dakota Reeder.
Scott Bailey had a great pit stop, 9.72, which put him out in front of Lucas Gortman of those that pitted.
All right, Lucas will be in the second row.
Yeah, it should shake out so Scott Bailey's on the inside behind Matt Parasini, and Lucas Gortman should be on the outside behind Dakota Reeder.
Not sure who got a wave around at that point. Cody Sandlin is still showing a lap down, I believe. Let's. All right, about to get back underway here. Yeah, Cody Sandlin is he is right now in that lucky dog position next time. All right, green flag flies, back underway here at Phoenix. 104 laps to go.
Big jump there by Matt Parasini in that 94 car.
Yep, these short tracks with this new power package, you get a little bit of a good jump here. Although I'm not sure if that's this update or the coming update. I didn't pay close enough attention to the that latest update from iRacing. But I know that they are implementing that that horsepower package that follows along with what NASCAR did.
Oh, good.
So side-by-side racing with Lucas Gortman and Dakota Reeder here. As these guys working to get back in, and Lucas Gortman takes over second place. Of course, they're 3 wide behind with Scott Bailey, Corey Yanis, and Dakota Reeder.
Somebody got a little bit of the wall there.
Yeah, a little taste. Just a little taste.
Looks like a 39 car, I think. That's Kay Collymore.
The solid racing up front, getting a little bit farther back. Let's go back to Vince Burns there in the 55. See, Brennan McKee is door to door with Grady Gherkin. That's a battle for 11th right there. See the 21 of Josh Douglas behind them. It's got the 81 of Jordan Wenzel on his bumper. The 48 of Paul Irvin, who was involved in an earlier incident, but looks to be in good shape. Scott Thomas there in the 79, back in 16th. Tony Japs there in the 42. I'll head back up front with Matt Parasini. He still has a fairly good lap, about nearly half a second between himself and Lucas Corbin.
Some good racing back around 3rd, 4th, 5th, back in that area.
Absolutely. So right now for retirees, going back for the earliest to latest, got Daryl Young, Joe Musso, Keenan Shoddy, Mike Wheel, Garrett Walden, Zach Carter, Brian Jones, and I believe Anthony Campbell have all retired. That's 8 drivers. 2 still in the pits trying to get repairs made. That's Shane Trotter, and Jacob Phillips is still trying to get something done. He may get back out.
Boy, Matt Parasini's making good use of that clean air, isn't he?
He sure is, absolutely.
He's holding off Lucas Gortman like a champ.
Go on board with Mr. Gorman.
Yeah, these guys are shifting, most of them about 4 times per lap. They're going to, you'll see it here if we stay on this camera, going down into turn 1, they'll downshift. You'll see a little blip on the, right there.
Yeah, they're only in 5th gear for a few hundred yards and then back in 4 for the rest of the way around this 1 mile dogleg. Then back down to 4. You're really taking advantage of being out of the throttle, let the engine slow down the car enough without having to really touch the brake.
Yep.
Well, Matt Parasini continues to lead here at Phoenix. 92 laps to go. I don't want to jinx it, but we're finally getting some good laps in.
Yeah.
I'm sure I just jinxed it.
I'm going to find some wood to knock on here.
Solid. He's got a good little bit of, let's bring up that track map, keep that up as much as we can here. You can see the field is spreading out.
Yeah. When they get spread out like this, that'll help us to stay in green flag conditions.
Yeah, right now the 94 of Matt Pericini is out in front. That car that the next car that he could run up in, he's got about a turn and a half to get there, is the 99 of Tyler Lem.
Yeah, Tyler in that 99 is, I think, 7 laps down now. Got caught up in at least one of those earlier incidents.
So far we've had 4 different leaders: Lucas Corbin, Matt Pericini, Dakota Reeder, and Erica Lombard. Right now your leader is Matt Pericini.
It's interesting too, he is actually pulling away from Lucas Corbin.
Yeah,
I don't know if...
I think it's a little bit of fuel saving going on here. They got plenty of time, but they're going to have to stop at least one more time based on our calculations here in the booth. So we'll see how it plays. Right now, your biggest gains, Brennan McKee up 25 spots, Austin Walton 21, Josh Douglas 19, Vernon Broadback and Alex Daffin both up 17 spots.
Good progress for those guys.
Just kind of strolling back through the field. You've got a lot of single file racing going on, which we expect to see here at Phoenix. But it doesn't take you too far back where you've got a lot of close battles here. This is with to the 81 of Jordan Wenzel down on the inside. He's got the 55 of Vince Burns. That's the red car just to his outside there. And the 48, that's Paul Urban just behind. And Josh Douglas up in front. A little bit of contact there between Wenzel and Vince Burns. Now, the majority of these guys came in around lap 50, so we're lap 73.
To the end of that tire life.
Yeah, 23 laps on these tires. Solid racing here, so we're expecting a little bit of that grip has gone away. The cars will begin to...
Somebody just hit the wall and then went down to the inside there. I didn't get the number, but we stayed green. That's a good thing.
Yep, nothing's come up. Bit farther back to the that's the 42 of Tony Japs there. He's got contact right there, the 42, and Jake Mousseau with a 25 there, but no caution.
Wow,
they held it together.
Going.
Yeah. The 8 of Vernon Broadback is on pit road. So what we are seeing is what we just talked about, and that is the handling has begun to go away. The tires are beginning to push. The grip is not there anymore. They're heating up, and depending on how you drive this track, you can really put a lot of heat. It's not so much the wear that gets you here, it's the heat you put in the tires.
Yeah, when they run this many consecutive green flag laps, those tires do not have a chance to cool down, and so the heat's even.
And the good news, Jeff, is that we just crossed the halfway point of this race.
Oh yes, keep going, guys, keep going.
Looking on back, Clark Franz is there. He's battling with, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what car that is. Camera's going away every time I go by. guessing it's a lap down car because it's not showing up in my relative.
A lot of single file racing right now, but there's some good battles going on in a couple spots on the track. Usually back towards the mid-pack or towards the end of the lead lap.
Looking on back to Tony Japs and Jake Musso there. Jake's out in front. He's got Scott Thomas coming up next. I think that was the 41 car that was there battling with Clark. That would be Seth Fitzpatrick. Some new names this season. We apologize as we try to learn and match car numbers and race drivers.
We've got to be seeing pit stops sometime soon here.
Yeah, we assume it's around 75 laps. So if we assume that they went in, that's lap 125. We definitely have some time. Again, they'll have to stop one more time. I guess realistically they could stop at any point, but my guess, I could be wrong, but a caution could fly at some point, and they'll probably take. So at this point, everybody just needs to stop one more time. I'm guessing the next time that there's a caution, but that's if you make it all the way. What we talked about earlier, that's where we saw them coming in around lap 30, 35 or so, or earlier, was that it's not the fuel that's going to get you. These tires will go away on you, and you've got to make a decision when to come in.
Yeah, I think right now my strategy would be to just run this segment as long as you could until you have a caution, or you just simply can't drive it anymore, because that will leave you on better tires at the end and make it a little easier on yourself at that point.
So right now your leader is Matt Pericini, currently first, out in front right now. A couple of drivers had come in, Vernon Broadback and I think Seth Fitzpatrick had come on the pit road. Stony Plain AB, is that Alberta, British Columbia? I'm not sure. What's AB?
Yeah.
Is it? I get my Canadian provinces all messed up.
I was just looking at the iRacing ratings on the drivers here, and it's interesting because a couple more to see. Yeah, Matt Pericini has the second lowest iRacing rating. Now that doesn't mean everything. A lot of guys don't run that many official races, and you have to be in an official race for it to affect your iRating. But interesting fact, though, that he is the second lowest. He's running a iRating of 1486, and you've got somebody like Lucas Gortman that's over 5,000. Eric LeBombard is almost 6,000. So you have some guys that obviously spend a lot of time in official races, and other guys that don't. But Matt Pericini leading tonight and holding on to that lead for many laps now.
Yeah, you don't have to run official races. You can just jump right into the lead once you into leagues rather. But you've got to run some, because a lot of these iRatings. There's two different. If you're unfamiliar with the process, there's two numbers. One is your rating, which is a number that is based on how well you've done in races against people you are equal to and better than. And the other number is your safety rating, which is part of your license. And that is just how safe you are based on the incidents that you may accrue as you navigate your iRacing journey. So most of the drivers here in this league are all A-rated drivers. But what we've always talk about is that this is a great blend of racers here. That good respect, lots of good sportsmanship, and always makes it a fun day.
That's one of the most fun parts of it for me, is when you can get with a group of guys that you want to be serious about it, you want to do your best, you want to do well, but it's not life-changing. You know, if somebody wrecks you, it's not the end of the world. Nobody died, nobody got cancer, nobody got hurt.
Right.
But the sportsmanship that these guys show, it's interesting. You can hear it on the radio if you're listening to their radios, and somebody will make a dumb move and break somebody else's car, and a lot of times they'll just say, "Hey, no big deal. I get it."
Yep, stuff happens.
Yeah. Yep.
So right now the field is kind of spread out. If you look at that track map, that may give you an idea of the fact that they are pretty much all over this 1.01 mile track here in Phoenix. Your leader, Matt Pericini, still out in front. He's got Lucas Gortman and Eric LeBombard there. Those drivers, along with Scott Bailey, have kind of separated themselves. Really, the entire, I'm trying to dip back here to some, a little bit tighter racing back here around 12th, 13th, and 14th. But for the most part, we're all single file. Oh, just a pop back up here. So before Grady Gherkin. Nope, there's that. I knew I saw something going on. Yeah, it's the 9 and the 3. That is Austin Walton in the 9 with Joe Torres in the 3 right there. That's battling for position. That is for 10th place. Again, these drivers pitted last on lap 50, so with the fact that we're at 93, that's 43 laps on these tires. You know, a lot of these guys are driving with, feel like they're driving with an egg under their gas pedal. They're just really cautious and not trying to put a lot of heat in the tires and keep the wear to a minimum. Oh, caution comes out.
Caution out.
It's Cody Sandlin involved. Yep, that 9 is facing the absolute wrong way. I expect we will see everyone on pit road. Cody's doing the wise thing there. He is not, he's careful when he's putting that, put the nose of that car back out. See what happened to Cody. My guess is what we've seen already, and that is just a one-car spin. Oh. Yep, just looped it around.
Yep.
Pretty heavy contact though, but
it's that same spot where we've seen it a couple other times. People just get loose on their own.
Well, with that, we've got the entire field making their way onto pit road with a 4-tire stop. This is our 9th caution of the night.
Well, Eric LeBombard beat Lucas Gortman out of the pits for 2nd place, barely, just about a 1/10 of a second faster on the pit stop. Lucas Gortman was at a 14.9, LeBombard was at a 14.8, and that made the difference. You can make up spots in the pits, and so much of it in this setting is the driver, how close to the speed line, how fast you can get slowed down to pit road speed limit, then come down, so your time into the pit and your time out of the pit are something that the driver has control of. and that affects your pit stop. Guys have been talking on the radio about tire wear and what their tires felt like, and I think everybody was glad to get a chance to pit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like Jello.
Yeah, so we got roughly 60 laps to go. What do you think? Can they make it 60 laps on tires?
Yeah, it's possible. Some drivers will try to stay out, but my guess is as those 60 laps begin to accrue, we'll see some incidents.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Matt Parasini holds serve. Gets a good jump on the restart.
Cars are all bunched back up here. 59 laps to go. Too wide, just not too far back as these drivers fan out through the dogleg. What you are seeing here, Jeff, is maybe a little bit more conservative driving than we saw in the first 25 laps.
I think you're right. I think so. Too often, and these guys are experienced enough, too often drivers will get that adrenaline rush at the beginning of the race and they try to get spots on the start or the restart, and it just doesn't seem to work out well for them. But here you get into the further into the race, you get a little more into your rhythm, and you know what your car is going to do and not do, and makes for better racing as the race goes on.
All right, 56 laps to go here at Phoenix with the iNRS Racing Series.
We're now down to half the field on the lead lap. Paul Irvin with WLT2 Motorsports is the last car on the lead lap in 20th. And that puts Josh Douglas in the 21 with Mountain View Racing as the first car a lap down, but Jeff Ramsdale is right on his tail, and Scott Thomas right behind him, and Brady Boatwright right behind him. So you have four guys battling for that lucky dog that I think we're going to get to use that here.
Battle for
in the next 50 laps.
Battle for the lead right now between Eric Bombard and Matt Parasini, with Lucas Corbin right there. And Eric Bombard takes over the lead for at least for a second here. A little bit of super close racing between these drivers.
And Gortman's got a run there on the outside. Let's see if he can.
Don't rule out the 11 of Scott Bailey. He's there too, trying to get under Parasini. He's currently sitting in 4th or 5th, and Corey Ennis is there as well. A lot of battles happening right here at the front.
Yeah, it's like these guys were waiting for a caution to bunch the field back up so they could make a move.
Well, with fresh tires and a full load of fuel,
yeah,
they're looking to make as much gains as they possibly can, because as we've seen so far, once you get past lap 25 on these tires, things begin to settle down, and it's really hard to pass.
Yeah, that was a great battle we just saw right there. Some textbook passing. Matt Parasini finds himself on the short end of that stick, drops from 1st to 3rd. Still in good shape though, still in a very, very good position. Eric Bombard up there at the front leading the way. Lucas Gortman right on his bumper. So those first 5 cars are staying pretty well tied to each other.
You got 58 out in front. Last time we saw LeBombard out in front was in the duels, and where he was a winner of one of the duels there back in February 5th. So seeing that 58 out in front, that's good news. And he's got his teammate Kai Collmore is up to 6th. So good showing for the 40 XLI drivers here at Phoenix. Still battling right there. You got the Corianis, Matt Pericini trying to make it work, trying to get back up to where he was. All these drivers pitted on lap 95, so they're all basically equipment-wise all equal up in front.
Yeah, the top 5 positions are all in a 1-second window, so those guys are all hanging tough with each other, just waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah, don't rule out that 81 of Jordan Wenzel sitting back there in 7th, along with Grady Kirkin behind there, and then Austin Walton. He's back there with Joe Torres in the 3. They're sitting back in, that's Joe Torres in 10th, Austin Walton in 9th.
Yeah, Jordan Wenzel was a name that we talked about a lot last year, and I have a feeling we'll be talking about him more this year as well.
Austin Walton in the 9 running a Cane's chicken paint scheme.
Yeah, you get back to about 14th, 15th spot. There's some guys running tight back there. Vince Burns, Jake Mossow, Chase Berry, Clark Franz, and then you got Brendan McKee, Tony Japs, Matthew Patak are all kind of running head to toe with each other back in that area.
Yeah, all single file, but all good battles all the way back in this field. It's the 7 o'clock runs with Brandon McKee right there, Tony Japs. All right, let's head back up front. You've got the 58. He's coming up with a bit of lap traffic there. He's coming up, I think, on the, I get a look, that's the 9, the 09 of right there. That's Cody Sandlin, who was involved in that earlier incident. He's able to get around, but Cody's kind of working his way back. The drivers are having to work around him. With fresh tires, not so much, not a challenge, not a big deal, but as this field begins to cover the entire track, it does get interesting.
Lucas Gortman not giving Eric LeBombard a break. He is right there, not being aggressive, not making a move, but letting him know, hey, I'm here. Don't forget about me.
Oh yeah, I think Lucas Gortman's right there trying to figure out how best to get around. Let's go on board with Mr. Lucas has had a good day here for sure, coming off that win last week.
Yeah, gets a great run off that corner there.
Yeah, I really don't know just exactly what the value is much on cutting that dog leg. If it's anything, it's fractions of a second difference.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of passing down there. You see some, but it's you've got to hit it just right, I think. sometimes it shakes the car up so much that I think you lose a little. You scrub off speed when you don't intend to, but there are other times that you'll see somebody that hits it just right, and they'll just smoothly go right through the center of that dog leg.
Yeah, the 6 has got a really good run going. He just hasn't found the exact spot yet to be able to execute a pass, because if you look at follow Eric Lombard, he gets a really good run out of the dog leg, but then in through 3 and 4, really you see Lucas Courtman close the gap.
Yeah.
Tight technical racing there. Matt Parasini has made his way back up. He's now sitting in 3rd. Scott Bailey a bit farther back is back to 4th. Kai Collmore up to 5th. Remember, these cars have some battle scars from those earlier incidents. So 10 drivers have retired from the field. Try to see if anybody actually made it back in who was trying to get things prepared. No one has gone back in. So, but 41 drivers started this battle. 31 drivers continue. 34 laps to go.
And it's very fitting that our top 2 drivers, Eric Lombard Jr. and Lucas Courtman, also have the 2 fastest laps of the race. Their best laps are both in the 25.2 range, and I think the closest one to them is nearly a tenth of a second back. So both those guys having great speed in their cars, and being able to run up front. It looks like I think Matt Parasini is the 3rd fastest. He's running 26.3 as his fast lap. So
yeah, really, if you take
fitting.
you take the top 5 drivers, they've had the top 5 best laps.
Yep.
Again, lap leaders so far: Matt Parasini, Lucas Courtman, Eric Lombard, and Dakota Reeder. Biggest gainers continue to be Alex Daffin. He's up 29 spots, currently sitting in 10th. We've got Brendan McKee, also the new name this season, 18 pluses. He's up to 17th. Austin Walton plus 16. Seth Fitzpatrick up 16th, and Eric Lombard up 13.
Yeah, Alec Daffin, if you remember, we talked about him being so high as far as positions gained, and then he dropped all the way down to plus 10 after one of those incidents.
So that's the,
now he's
not to interrupt, that's
to
the 48 of Paul Urban, who was in the wall as the leaders begin to try to work their way through lap down traffic. No caution flew, but definitely these drivers are trying to make their way through this lap down traffic.
You can see the 58 coming up right now on a lap car. It's like the 89.
That's Brady Boatwright, also a new name for
Yep.
this season. It's like the 58 got through pretty easy, but took a bit for Lucas Gortman to get around. And now, you know, laps are scaling, going down. Just 28 laps to go.
Yep. Caution is out.
Oh, caution flies. I have no idea. I don't know what. Any idea?
No, I can't see anything at all. Don't see anybody dropping back rapidly.
There's a little bit of contact. That's not really a. It's the 9 and the 41. That's Cody Sandlin and Seth Patrick kind of door to door there. Not sure just what brought out this caution.
I heard race control say something to Cody. I couldn't make it out, but he must have been involved in something there.
Well, as we expected, caution flies at the right time with 130 laps in the books, leaving 26 to go. And that's a perfect time to come in and get fresh rubber and fuel to finish this race.
Yep, all the lead lap cars come in with the exception, I think, of Paul Irvin. Looks like he pitted on lap 95. Didn't feel the need to come in. Or just wanted to stay out and get some position.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was still on the lead lap. I think he had just gone a lap down.
Okay.
So he'll have to come in next cycle, I think. No? No. He may have gotten his lap back.
That could be.
All right, so Lucas Gortman is your leader. He gets the position back.
Well, that puts the tire situation to rest. Tires won't be a factor now.
Nope. I'm sure the drivers are just as happy as we are.
Yeah. It's very uncomfortable driving on old tires, slick tires, tires without grip. It's hard to explain that feeling, but you sometimes feel like you're ice skating with no steering control at all.
That's right.
So we still are at 20 cars on the lead lap. And here we go, back to green.
Green flag flies. 24 laps to go. Let's see how we can wrap this up with Lucas Gortman out in front. Eric LeBombard, Matt Perricini, Scott Bailey, and Kai Cowmore. That's your top five. Of course, for this restart, we're 2 and 3 wide, just deeper in the pack. We'll hope that they can keep it together. As these guys know, this is the best chance. Oh, right there. Grady Gerken goes around the 46.
That's not the first time we've seen the 46 have an issue there. It looked like he had some help.
46 goes around.
Yeah, Grady Gerken in that 46 says that he thinks he locked up the brakes going into the corner.
Oh, he definitely has
take
some
a look at it.
front end damage. We're focusing on that blue and green car there. That's Grady Gerken. So right behind him, I think that's Barry. in that yellow car was also out of shape. And there he goes. I don't think he had any help. He just caught the wall big time.
Oh, yeah.
Into the 85.
27 got a piece of it, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. At 27 is Coriolis, but I think he did okay. Could be a lot worse.
Josh Douglas gets the lucky dog after that incident. Put him back on the lead lap.
Sure, Josh is happy with that. Okay, well, let's do this one more time. Again, we'll do this restart.
Coming up on 20 laps to go.
Not much, not many laps to go time-wise here. You're going to make a move, you need to do it now.
Yep. See that car just beating the pace car out there. Couldn't catch a number on it. He was full tilt boogie. He was trying to get back to the back of the field before they go green.
I think it's the 85. That's Dakota Reeder. He is the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, he's gaining pretty quickly on the field here.
All right, front row, Lucas Gortman, Eric LeBombard. Second row, Parasini and Bailey. Wenzel and Collymore in row 3. Ennis and Musso in row 4. Here we go, green flags out. 20 laps to go here in Phoenix.
At 6 of Lucas Gortman gets a great start again.
Oh, the 94 goes around. Got a little contact.
Oh.
Matt Parasini holds it together. Green flag stays out, but he's got some damage. Other cars are wrecking. Caution flies.
Yeah.
Collymore is toast. That car is gone. That 39 is blowed up. Tony Japp's also involved. See the front end damage on the 42. That's 2 drivers, both with Rainbow Rebels out. That's Parasini and 42 both involved. Caution flies for the 12th time here at Phoenix. I have got to see just what happened here. I have no clue.
Bad break for Matt Parasini in that 94.
Yeah,
remember, he was our leader and led for multiple, probably 30 laps or so.
Yep, Parasini and Kai Collymore both have meatballs. They're both in trouble. They're not gonna. They probably will not return. All right, taking a wide shot here. As you see, these cars are 4 wide. Looking at Kai Collymore down here. Got the 81 of Wenzel behind him. Trying to figure out just what happens. See the 25 to the outside. And there's contact right there with Musso and Collymore. Right in front of Wenzel. The 15 also goes sideways and nose right into the inside wall. That no wonder there's that kind of damage. 25 also takes a pretty good hit.
Yeah.
And here's the 25. Here's the Tony Japp's. The 42 also gets a piece of the 39. Yep, big damage here.
Yeah, tough break for those guys.
All right, that seriously puts 2 contenders who are up there competing. Not so much. Both Kai Collymore and Matt Parasini, both with meatballs, they're both out. All right, 16 laps to go. We'll get the green flag next time by, so 15 laps to make this one happen here. Lucas Gortman in control. He's got the 58 of Lombard to the outside as we're working our way to the restart. About to enter into that O'Reilly restart zone. You know, these short tracks, that leader always has that slight advantage. Into the restart zone we go. And the green flag flies. Lucas Gortman, good jump. We are 5 and 6 wide through the dog leg. But the 58 tries to take the inside line, gets it. You see the 81 of Wenzel to the outside, trying to grab third. He's got some competition too with the 11 of Scott Bailey. Door to door here, the 58 and the 6. 58
tries to squeeze him up to the wall there, and then they get down into the dog leg. 58's got him cleared now.
58 clear, but right behind Jordan Wenzel and Scott Bailey. They're still door to door here. They've got the 27 of Corey Ennis right there as well. Any mistake.
Late race restarts, these guys get aggressive.
Yeah, any mistake is an opportunity here for these guys to take a position with so few laps left. '55 of Vince Burns making some good hay here. He's got the 17 to his inside. That's Chase Berry. As they're battling for position, just in front of them, Jordan Wenzel's got some competition there with the 27 of Corey Ennis. Those guys have raced for a long time together in this league. Back up front, Lucas Gortman and Eric Lombard are kind of checked out a little bit, but where the action is just behind them. We're watching the 81 of Jordan Wenzel trying to hold on to that third place. He's got the 27 of Corey Ennis behind him. Scott Bailey, caution flies. Alex Daff and Matthew Wheeler involved. Late race caution, that's going to chip away at least 2 or 3 laps off this.
Yep.
Watch the 84 of Alex Daffin.
Well, we're getting down there now. Less than 10 laps to go.
These guys
about 10 laps to go.
Yeah, there's door contact right there. And there's the 46 getting involved, the 10.
Corner.
Grady Gherkin hangs on to it, but unfortunately, what happens behind him with the 10 and the 84, not so much. All right, those cars are in the pits. All right, we're going to rack and stack this one more time here under regular race conditions. That's the 41 getting the wave around. That's Seth Fitzpatrick getting a lap back.
Well, we're going to come out of this with probably, 8 to go or so?
Yeah. Keenan Shoddy put in the YouTube chat that the infield care center is busy tonight. That's for darn sure. We're on our 13th,
Yep.
our lucky 13th caution lap here at Phoenix. Busy night here at Phoenix with the iNRS Racing Series. Lots of action all around the track tonight. Up front, in the middle, in the back. There's action everywhere. But what we do know is Eric LeBombard is up in front. The 6 of Lucas Gortman will be to his outside. The 81 of Jordan Wenzel. A couple old timers here in this league. And Corey Ennis will be in that second row. Scott Bailey, Chase Berry in row 3. And you got Vince Burns and Austin Walton in row 4.
This is one last chance for our pole sitter, Lucas Gortman, to get back up front again. He dominated the first part of this race, and then maybe fell off a little bit in the middle part and here towards the end. But he was leading for a while, and then Eric LeBombard just got around him and smoked him. So Lucas battling to get back into that lead position again. We'll see how he does on the restart here.
Good opportunity for 40 XLI to take a win here. If Eric LeBombard, he jumps out in front. Good showing by Eric LeBombard. He needs that because his teammate, Kai Collimore, is in the pits with the meatball. He's not getting any better. He is gone for the night.
Yeah, you saw, I was watching from behind, and you could see Lucas Gortman tried to take off just a little bit early, it looked like, and had to let off on the gas, and that gave Eric LeBombard that shot to get out in front. Eric LeBombard just scraped the wall there on coming through that turn.
Lucas Gortman did as well, which actually gave the 81 of Jordan Wenzel a huge opportunity here to slip underneath, as these guys are racing door to door here with just 7 laps to go.
Yeah, they're battling hard for second position.
So if you're Eric LeBombard, you're looking in your rearview mirror. That's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jordan Wenzel's got that inside line, which seems to be the preferred line.
Oh, caution flies again.
Out again. Oh my.
No clue why. Can't tell you. Don't have any info.
Lap 151. This will probably put us in a green-white checker. We'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to do that. Well, I can't tell you what happened. I have no idea what caused that caution. If you hear something from race control, let us know.
Okay. Jeff Ramsdell gets the lucky dog. He'll be going around the field here. You see him on the outside there.
Number of drivers have made their way out to pit road: Paul Irvin, Josh Douglas, Tony Japs, Grady Gherkin, Alex Daffin, and Brady Boatwright, all on pit road. So no idea what caused that, but I'm assuming that one of those guys on pit road right now knows exactly why that caution flew. Well, Jeff, it looks like we will, with 153 laps here, at least 2 more will enter into a green-white checker condition here on this restart.
That's the first of 3 possible ones. For those of you that don't know what a green-white checker is, that if the caution flies and there's not enough laps left, they will go to the green-white checker, and cars will line up like normal, take the green flag. If the caution comes out, then we go to the 3rd green-white checker. But if the caution doesn't come out and the white flag waves, then the next flag ends the race. So hopefully that's the checkered flag. But if the caution comes out again during the white flag lap, that will be the end of the race, and it'll finish under caution.
All right, we'll take this flag right here. The green flag will fly at lap 55.
So if it goes at 55, then it won't be a green-white checker,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
We've got 55 and 56. So
That's correct.
Yeah, this won't be our first attempt. Let's hope somebody decides they want to win it bad enough and everybody else cooperates.
But that puts Eric Lombard out in front with Jordan Wenzel to the outside. Lucas Corbin and Corey Ennis in second. Here we go, folks. Restart zone right now. Eric Lombard in charge of this. Green flag flies. He's out in front. Great jump by the 58.
Contact back there.
Yeah, they hold on to it though.
Caution
Crashing. Comes out.
Yep. Nuts.
Well, nuts. Vince Burns, Irvin, Ramsdale, Wells, Thomas, and Clark Franz, unfortunately, involved in this last lap. Well, it's not the last lap anymore. Incident here.
Yeah, Corey Ennis missed the shift, and that's what caused that.
Yeah, we'll go back up to what happened with the 27. I think that's a good place to start. We're going to take a little bit different. One of our iRacing cameras gets us a little bit better shot here. Then we'll flip it around. Right there, you see he missed the shift, get tapped by the 11. He drops, and now the whole field is trying to figure out how to get around the 27 because he is off speed-wise. And there's contact with the 27 and the 55.
Yeah, that's what started the real melee. 27 just caught his left rear corner.
So you see the 7 go up, the 14's involved, 48's going around. A lot of drivers with no place to
79
go.
gets picked up. Oh man.
There's the 30. He
braking
actually
hard and trying to.
Yeah, he actually did a pretty good job of getting through without a whole lot of contact.
Yep.
All right. Well, if there wasn't a green-white checker the last time, there is now.
Yeah, on both the last two restarts, it looked to me like Lucas Gortman was trying to time it right, but was just a little overeager, and he hit the accelerator just a hair early and then had to let off a little bit right as Eric Lombard was hitting the gas, and the separation was just too big there. It was tough for him to be able to make an attempt at the lead at that. But Lucas Gortman got one position back, so he got up alongside Lombard now, and Jordan Wenzel's back to P3. Pace car goes off, and guys will go down this straightaway and then be back into the restart zone.
All right, here we go. This is a green-white checker opportunity here for these drivers. Eric Lombard out in front. He's got the opportunity here. Lucas Gortman door-to-door behind, to the outside rather. Jordan Wenzel was in that position now behind the leader. As we go back to green flag racing here. Great jump by Eric Lombard. Yeah, just perfect. 81 drops down, is in that position, try to battle for second place with Lucas Gortman. Oh, the caution flies out again. Vince Burns involved. Well, one more time.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody mention
Oh, squeeze. That's Tony Japs, the 42. Not sure what. Did he just come up and squeeze him? They have lost the handling, I'm
Is that
guessing.
55? Vince
Yeah, that's
Burns,
Vince
yeah.
Burns. The 42 is coming down, but he holds it. He's in the right spot.
Yeah.
It even goes up, but unfortunately, there's both battling for the same piece of real estate, unfortunately, and
Yeah.
yep, there you go. Well, that puts the 55 on pit road with some major damage. He will probably not return to the field. You could do the 89 getting a wave around. That is Brady Boatwright getting a lap back. Okay, this was our 16th caution of the night.
Yeah, race controls telling the drivers now to exercise some caution, some patience.
Good advice, maybe a little late, but
yeah.
all right, so this puts Eric LeBombard out in front and in control for this restart. Jordan Wenzel to his outside. Lucas Gortman tucks in behind Eric LeBombard, and then to his outside, Joe Torres in the number 3 is now there. Joe is up 18 spots to the 4th place, and also Chase Berry is back in 5th. He's in a good spot as well.
Yeah, that number 3 of Joe Torres was involved in an earlier incident. He's made a good comeback from that. Be up here battling for the lead now in the 4th spot.
55 of Vince Burns is trying to make his way back and rejoin the field, along with the 84. That's Alex Daffin. Those two are the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Every point here counts. See a lot of wear and tear on these cars today, Jeff.
Oh man, a lot of bumps and bruises.
All right. Second green-white checker attempt here. 58, and we're back to green flag racing. Going to make 1 lap clean.
And Eric Lombard just consistently is getting a great jump on these restarts.
Yep, Lucas Gortman is running in second, but he's got the Jordan Wenzel, the 81, to his outside. To his inside, he's got Chase Berry in the 17.
Yeah, you got 3 guys battling for that second spot.
Well, second spot's I think Lucas Gortman, but now you've got.
Yeah, there we go.
White flag flies. This is it. Cautions can't end it. Jordan Wenzel's there in 3rd. He's got some competition with the 17 trying to take that away, but Eric Lombard out in front. Lucas Gortman in 2nd.
Yeah, the real battle's for 3rd now. Let's see who comes out on top. It's going to be Chase Berry or Jordan Wenzel.
Oh, I think Chase Berry got the 3rd spot. That's unofficial, but we think that the 3rd spot by Chase Berry with Payday Racing knows just by a nose on the. Let's go back to that really quick.
Really interesting little tidbit here. Eric Lombard and Chase Berry both ran their fastest lap of the race on that last lap.
We're going to try and go back and at that start-finish line here. Try to see if we
very fast last lap.
All right, we're going to look for a better camera angle. This may be it here. Wow. All right, we need a better angle. That may be the best we're going to get. Wow. Just by a nose.
Yeah.
Well, your winner, Eric Bombard, is out there burning up his tires, celebrating his victory here.
Still have drivers jawing at each other on the radio over that last caution.
Yep. Yeah, I don't doubt it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's bring up our results, and then we'll go to some driver interviews. Here we go. Eric Bombard Jr. wins here at Phoenix, out in front. Lucas Corbin in second, and Chase Berry in third.
Great finish for Jordan Wenzel in fourth, Dakota Reeder fifth, Joe Torres in sixth, Scott Bailey in seventh, Austin Walton in eighth, and Seth Fitzpatrick in ninth, and Matthew Patak, did I say that right? Round out the top 10.
I think you're close. Go with that.
Eric LeBombard picked up the fastest lap of the race on the very last lap. I mentioned earlier that P1 and 3, LeBombard and Berry, both had their fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Lucas Gordman had his second fastest lap of the race, only missing his fastest lap by 7/1000ths of a second. So that last lap for the leaders was a phenomenal lap.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and bring in Chase Berry. We haven't talked to Chase before. Let's grab him and bring him into the broadcast booth here. There it is. All right, Chase, welcome to the broadcast booth. Man, that was by a nose.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. It was different. It was fun, though.
Well, you started in 20th, I think, and up 17 spots to finish in third.
Yeah, that was every time I try to qualify, like just previous, I always like wrecking the first 5 laps. So like, all right, let me just goof off and whatever. And then, goofing off, riding around, my VR kept sending me to the side, like passenger seat, up out the roof, and so every few laps I'd have to hit the button, reset it, and all that good stuff. I was having VR issues. Anyways, I'd passed some cars on pit road like an idiot, and went 2 laps down, and then got my laps back, and then here we are.
Well, it doesn't it doesn't hurt when there's I don't know how many cautions we have. We have 17 cautions, a lot of cautions. But you put yourself in great. Our stats show you were as low as P34 and finished in
Yeah.
P3. That's awesome.
Yeah, P34, 2 laps down. Yeah, 2
Hey,
black
Chase,
flags on the same lap.
Chase, you ran your fastest lap of the race on that last lap, and that's what got you up onto the podium.
Yeah, I feel bad. I was trying to give the dude, I think the 81, I think the number 81, 83. I think the 81.
Jordan
81.
Wenzel.
I was trying to. I apologize if I fenced him. I was trying to stay off of him. I know he was coming to the line. I was trying not to fence him and all that good stuff. So if I did, I apologize to him, and if I ruined him, but I apologize for that. But yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate it. It's
You got
fun.
it. Well, congratulations. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, I don't think you guys were putting it on, and the iNRS guys let me run. It's been difficult so far. The first 3 weeks I've struggled and been an idiot the past, with internet and just especially at Coda. Anyways, yeah, Johnny for spotting, Ryan Rose, my other spotter over there, and Discord, Randy and all them boys at Payday, Jacob for bringing me in, whatever. And yeah, just everybody who helps us out.
You got it. Well, congratulations on your finish, and we'll see you next week.
All right. 2 weeks.
2
Going on a
weeks.
cruise.
Well,
2 weeks. I've been on. So next week I won't be here, but 2 weeks.
all right. Congratulations. All right, that's your third place finisher, Chase Berry, coming in third. Let's go ahead and grab Mr. Lucas Gortman here. Move him to the broadcast booth here. Lucas, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on your second place finish. Man, I know that was a heartbreaker for you.
Man, I'm a loss of words. Like I had the car, had the speed, just dirty air. Once you get behind a guy, you just struggle to get any grip. You just burn the tire off. It hurts, but I'll take a good points day. It's not the win. Couldn't get 2 in a row today, but it was still just a great race overall. Congrats to Eric. He was fast. Me and him, we were talking. Me and him already know it's going to be a dogfight between me and him all season. So it's going to be a blast.
Well, congratulations on that. Yeah, you had a lot of laps led. Some great. Just looking, 59 laps led today. As you were consistent. If you were to see the graph, you probably see it later. You'll see it on the broadcast. The lowest you were was P4. You were right there the whole day. Right there, sat on the pole. But you're right. It's a good points day, good finish.
Yeah, it just it sucks that we couldn't get that win. It's always nice winning. Like I said, led a lot of laps. Sometimes it's just not in the cards, and we'll go to the next week, and try it again.
You got it. Well, congratulations again. Any shout outs tonight?
Yes, I have one that I forgot at Daytona, and I've not heard the end of it since. I'd like to thank my wonderful fiance, Selena.
Smart man.
So I forgot that at Daytona, so we're not going to forget it this time. That was the
Good
first
job.
one. Without her, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. Like to thank God as well. Blessing every day I wake up. Sandy Acres Cattle Company on the car. You guys for broadcasting. My teammates, Tyler, Matt. Tyler, Matt, Jeff, Keith, our little affiliate, another affiliate, Chase, Jacob. Chase got up there P3, so that's awesome run for him. You guys for broadcasting as well. All the admins, all the drivers out here. It's just, it's a great league, and I'm glad to get another good finish and talk to you guys again.
You got it. Well, congratulations on that. We'll see you next week in Vegas.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it. That's Lucas Gortman finishing in P2 here, and let's go ahead and find our leader. Let's go ahead and bear with us here as we navigate over to Eric LeBombard and our winner. And then let's grab Eric, of course, because he's the most important one. Eric, congratulations on your victory. You pulled it off, man.
Yay.
Hey, Eric, I got to ask you the question. That last lap was just, phenomenal. It was not only your fastest lap of the race at a 26.12, it was the fastest lap of the race. What got into you on that last lap?
I think the track just cooled down a lot, and I definitely liked, the more grip, cooler surface. I didn't even feel like that good of a lap, to be honest, but I guess it's good enough for the fast lap of the race. It works.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, 51 laps led. Your lowest point by position was where you started. That you never look back from 14th, and really here you go. Great win today for sure.
Yeah, that qualifying definitely could have gone better. I got way too greedy. I had a great first lap, but then I got greedy. I ruined my first lap trying to set up my second lap, and then I just blew turn one. So yeah, that definitely could have been better, especially with the way I was assuming everyone would race at the start and like 3 wide everywhere. I was not looking forward to that, but at least it worked out.
It sure did. Well, certainly a great win here. Last time you were in the winners circle was back in the Daytona duels, but but you were close, super close at Atlanta. You're right there with the pole, but here you are in the winner's circle.
Yeah, this came about 4 weeks too late, but it came. That's all that matters. It came, pretty early in the season. I mean, I was obviously hoping for more at Atlanta. Just unfortunate, someone got loose, and then Coda.
Yep.
I know that wasn't broadcasted, but I dropped the ball at Coda. Oh my goodness, my engine just blew in the victory lane.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Well, you got it here. So great win here in Phoenix. And what's your thoughts on Vegas?
I mean, I like fast tracks. I mean, definitely more than a track like Phoenix. Not a big fan of flat tracks, but from all I know, last time is there's one spot on the track that likes to catch a lot of the field and me out. So I'm not looking forward to that lap one. I don't know if that has been removed. I remember there was a bump getting down to 3, but hopefully that's smoothed over. But definitely looking forward to it.
Well, hopefully with a little practice, you'll figure it out. All right. Well, there's your any shout outs tonight?
Kai Collymore, I was in VC with him the whole race. Pretty unfortunate. I haven't looked back at the replay what happened to him, but he definitely was fighting an uphill battle all the race, coming from the back to the 5th, and he did good to get back up to in the 5th and come back from that first, was it lap 2 wreck? I don't know. All I know is that he wrecked early and came back.
Yeah, he did, and then unfortunately he got caught in that wreck later on. Really, it was a hard wreck. You'll see it in the broadcast. Got involved, but great finish today, and congratulations.
Yep, appreciate it.
You got it. All right, that's your winner, Eric Lombard, notching a win here in Phoenix early in the season. Of course, we don't punch our tickets anymore to the into the championship. It just is what it is. So Eric wins. Lucas Corbett finishes in second. Chase Berry in third. A couple other notables. Hard Charger, Seth Fitzpatrick. He is plus 32 positions. He gets our Hard Charger award. Again, most laps led, Lucas Cortman. And then we just talked with Eric about having that fastest lap, which was the last lap of the race. Jeff, any closing thoughts?
Aside from a lot of cautions, I enjoyed the racing in this one. You especially saw it towards the end where it really got racy. We unfortunately again had some cautions in there, but man, the racing equivalent or the racing quotient picked up towards the end of this one and made it very, very exciting.
Absolutely. All right, folks, thank you all for tuning in and staying around through our driver interviews. We'll be back here next week on Thursday covering the iNRS Racing Series at Las Vegas. If you're so inclined, tune in on Wednesday because we'll be at Phoenix here with the IWM Series as well. But for Jeff and myself, we thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Good night, folks.